As most of you are aware that we have entered another year, Islamic year, beginning from the month of Muharram. An year, anywhere when it passes, be it education like schools, they assess. There are exams at the end. When the educational year ends in school, college, university, what happens? They assess what has the student achieved. So people will give GCSE exam, A-level, degrees. When the year ends of the government, they also assess. They come up with the budget, what have been spent, how much has been spent, what is needed, what have we done. Similarly, the financial year, similarly, when the year ends, companies, national, international, multinational companies, they assess what are their profits, what are their losses. So a believer should definitely hold himself accountable when an year ends, that what they have achieved in the last year, how have they performed. Your performance is not in financial terms only, but the performance is that for the ultimate purpose of your lives, that what have you achieved with reference to that, how much development has happened in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, in your relationship with Allah Azza wa Jal, with the Prophet al-Islam, and with the people, and with the relatives, and with the spouses. That is something to assess. With Akhirah as well. With Akhirah, how much have you achieved? Meaning, so this is the time to self-assess. As it's mentioned, hasibu, that hold yourself accountable before you are held accountable. Because when a person is called by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then they cannot do anything. So it is better before the angels, before the Kiraman Katibin, or in the grave, or on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala holds one's accountable. One should hold oneself accountable. So this is first thing which one should be doing. Assessing your progress. Yes, spiritual progress. Financial, what have you done? Your marital life, what's happening in there? You as a parent, you as a social being living in a country, what have you contributed to the country? You as a human being, what have you contributed towards humanity, towards the world? What service have you provided? What planning have you done? This is something which you should think about, and not just live like animals, eating, drinking, reproducing, and there the person goes. So these are the things for you to know. Is your relationship with Allah better when it was in the last year? Because in this year there was Ramadan, there was Dhul Hijjah, there were many blessed nights and days. You had blessed company, you prayed so many salahs, you had opportunity to attend Jum'ahs and khutbahs of Jum'ah, to visit scholars. But if your position is still the same, then what is the benefit of all that? Then it's as though you are not achieving anything. Your shop is running, but there's no profit. Rather, there is loss. So this is something to think about, and then if you have not achieved, then change your direction. Then do something different. Consult someone. Do mashwara with someone. Do mashwara with the successful people. Sit with the successful people. Then you can also see what their lifestyle, what's their ideas and things. Secondly, because these years are very, very important, because there are not so many coming in this life. There are only 60, 70. And amongst them, most of them are gone. Less are left. So very quickly they are passing. Secondly, in the beginning of the Muharram, the martyrdom of Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, his life has examples and lessons for all of us, whoever is sitting. No matter you are a disbeliever, there is a lesson in his life. If you are a sinner, there is a lesson in his life. If you are a pious person, there is a lesson in his life. If you become a leader of some group or whatever, there is lesson in your life, in his life, in learning how to be successful. If you are a failure, you think you are a failure, you think you have lost, you think you are actually downtrodden, or actually you've lost everything, still there is guidance and lesson in his life for you. Because his life, at one time you see, he is even seen as doing something which even other kuffar, other disbelievers and mushrikeen would not dare to do. And that is to kill, assassinate the Prophet ﷺ, going with this intention. And this is one thing that he's going to assassinate. And second is that he is lying down with the Prophet ﷺ since 14 centuries, on his side, beside his grave, forever and ever, and have become the second highest ranking person, a wali, after the Prophet ﷺ. Second, his minister in dunya. And Prophet ﷺ mentioned that he had certain qualities, so much qualities, that he had the qualities of the prophethood, but because the prophethood has ended, there will be no prophet after him. But the Prophet ﷺ said, لَوْ كَانَ بَعْدِي نَبِيًّا لَكَانَ عُمَرٌ, that if there was to be a prophet after me, it would have been Umar. This means he had the credentials, he had the ability. Still his ability was there, because he ﷺ said in the hadith of Sahih Bukhari that in previous ummahs there were people, muhaddasun, who were not prophets, but Allah spoke to them. So this shows that, like, some people have this idea, oh, now Allah does not communicate with anyone, He does not, or angels do not descend on anyone except the prophets. That's how wrong they are. Yes, prophethood has ended, and wahi has finished, the sharia and other. But awliya, Prophet Islam is mentioning a hadith Sahih Bukhari, that there were people in previous ummahs even where God spoke to them. And he said, if there was to be in my ummah, it would have been Umar. Umar would be that person. And it could be seen that his judgment and was so close to the judgment of the Prophet ﷺ, to the judgment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that there are at least 15 such places in Quran that when Sahaba Ikram and the Prophet ﷺ did mashwara, they consulted regarding an issue, for example, whatever that issue was. And everyone gave his opinion. You gave opinion, he gave opinion, the other person gives opinion. So the Sahaba all gave their opinion. Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab gave his opinion. And when the Quran was revealed, it was in line with the opinion of Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab. The Sahaba Ikram were surprised that his views, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala endorses so much.